Hey everyone, Zack from Pushfire here. Welcome to episode 1 of Zack's Guitar Stuff, where I hopefully be bringing you some tips and tricks to help you get the most out of your guitar playing and the life of your guitar as well. In this episode, I'll be going through two tools that I like to use when I'm in the process of changing my strings, lemon oil being the first, and steel wool being the other. Both are great tools for getting a lasting life out of your guitar's fretboard, especially in the fluctuating humidity that comes with season changes and the environments of a lot of the gigs that you'll be playing in the future. First, we're going to talk about steel wool. Boring by itself, but still one of the most important tools in your guitar maintenance kit. The frets on your actual guitar are pretty resilient for the most part, but there's one thing that can get to them over time, and it's dirt. Specifically the dirt that is in the sweat in your hands that builds up over and over and over again. You can counter this a couple ways, wiping off your guitar after a practice session or a show in steel wool. You'll want to use nothing but fine quadruple zero gauge steel wool. Anything larger is too coarse and could do damage to your actual fretboard or your fret wire. You can find this in any home repair shop around town. It's only a couple bucks for 6 big pieces like this. First steps first, go ahead and take all the strings off your guitar. Take a little piece of steel wool in your hand like this, about that big will do it, not too much. Then you just want to start actually directly applying pressure on the frets themselves. No need to go after the fretboard, obviously. You just want to clean the frets at this point. Any little markings that you may have seen on the fretboard before you started scrubbing away should start to disappear on you. The steel wool is fine enough to go ahead and take out all that surface dirt, but not cause any exterior harm to your fret wire specifically. You may see a couple fine parts on your fretboard, but we're going to take care of that in the next step here. You'll begin to see each one of your frets significantly start shining up after all that dirt comes off of it. So make sure you clean every one, get everyone spotless. Before we go on to that next step though, guys, I want to kind of go over why we're doing this specific step. You've probably played a guitar in the past where you see physical grooves in the frets, most likely down between 0 and 5 of your guitar. And when you press down on a string, and you go to the next fret, the note doesn't change at all. It's constantly the same note between 2 frets. That's exactly what happens when dirt from your sweat sits on your frets and you're constantly pressing down on the same spot over and over and over again. That dirt slowly eats away at your frets after a while, and scrubbing down your frets with the steel wool after each string change is much cheaper in the long run than completely refretting your guitar. Final step in the process of the pre-string change routine, so to speak, is applying your lemon oil. I use lemon oil as a fretboard conditioner every time I change my strings, especially in the changing temperature and humidity that comes with living in upstate New York. This is your other best friend when it comes to guitar maintenance. You ever notice sometimes when you run your fingers up and down the side of your fretboard, you can sometimes feel your frets extending out beyond the wood of your fretboard. This is exactly what happens when the fretboard gets dry and dehydrated, so to speak. It shrinks inward, inside, and that's what causes those frets to kind of poke out. The lemon oil will end up rehydrating your guitar neck and help it out a ton. That's one step. You can also help it out by keeping the room where you keep your guitar probably between 45 and 60% humidity. In New York, in cases, other states, it'll probably vary and be either easier or harder to keep that range. But especially during the winter season, and keeping it in this case as much as possible when you're not playing it. You can use a soft cloth to apply the lemon oil to your fretboard, but I like to use the little foam square that comes in Seymour Duncan pickup cases. It works perfect for applications. 2 sprays is usually what I use. Does the trick depending on how dry your fretboard may be. Just spray it on there, and you just want to apply it gently to your fretboard. You'll see it, the application end up going on there, and you should see it shine up a little bit depending on how the camera looks here. So just disperse that evenly, especially up where you may see the fretboards lying. start shining up your guitar here. Spread that out evenly. And then just let it sit and dry for a little bit. As far as lemon oil application goes, that's all there is to it. After you've applied your lemon oil to your fretboard and it's dried completely, feel free to just repeat the process as much as you feel needed. You're then free to just restring your guitar with whatever strings you use. I guarantee if you do these 2 steps every time you restring your guitar, your instrument will pay you back tenfold and save you a ton of money on what would be repairs. Thank you guys so much for watching the first in what I hope to be many guitar videos. Please check out my band Pushfire on Facebook. There should be links in the description. And subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. If there's anything you guys would like to see specifically, please let me know and I'll try to honor those requests. Thank you guys again. Keep playing. Hey everyone, Zach from Pushfire here. Blessings, Luna. Jeez.